Go ahead and I will call the meeting to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, clerk, call the roll, please.
Connor,
Here.
Erie, McMullen,
Here.
Reed,
Here.
Mayor Pete.
Here. Are there any changes to the agenda?
I don't have any, Mayor.
Okay, at this time, I'll move to public comment. Anyone with comment for council, you're welcome to step forward and just please state your name. We have a 3-minute time limit.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and Council. For the record, my name is Dennis Rainville.
Okay, what's your name, sir? I didn't hear that.
Dennis with 2 N's. And my last name is Rainville as it sounds. R-A-I-N, V as in Victor, I-L-L-E, Rainville.
Thank you.
Ma'am, I'm just here to make a comment regarding the city code enforcement issues that one I placed in August of 2023. And someone, from my understanding, also placed a complaint on the said property, December of 2023. It's been, I also came back 2 weeks ago and to find out through code enforcement, nothing has been done. So I'm just here to voice what's happening. Why the, property that I'm complaining about, has gone from bad to despicable. I did personally place a packet, not myself, but your secretary on your desk, as well as with evidence to the code enforcement on stating my certificate of claim on that matter. So that's why I'm here.
I did receive that yesterday or the day prior.
They brought it.
Yeah. I believe Code was going to issue citations on the fence and some of the garbage on the property. I'm not sure if those have gone through yet, but he was working on taking pictures and putting citations through.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm be sitting well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's 1100 block of West Bridge. 11. 14 or 16. And okay, any other comment for or public comment? Right. We'll go on to unfinished business. Item 1, ordinance 2024-02, authorizing the vacation of a public right-of-way for a portion of Cole Street. Get a motion and second to remove the ordinance from the table.
So, second.
Okay, Dave Reed and Matt McBone. With the motion and second, clerk, call the roll, please.
Connor,
Aye.
McMullen,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Mayor Pete.
Aye. Right, motion and second.
I think there already was a motion.
So there was, so this is going to be to
Further
approve,
discussion.
further discussion and then approve or deny. So we'll open to discussion.
Well, I'm not in favor of it. I would like, Tim and Sarah, I propose to him, we put some concrete posts up around this fence, protect it from getting hit, make the alley one-way going to the north, put no parking on the west side of the alley, and make things flow out better, and also protect his fence.
Well, I went by that property twice now since our last meeting, looked it over, read the comments here in the memorandum, and the city engineer, public works director, and the chief of police find that the property is no longer needed and services no valid public purpose now or in the immediate future. with the possible exception of having emergency access to the ball fields. And I agree with that. I think if we are going to keep the alley open, I would suggest that we put no parking in the alley, because it doesn't make sense to leave it open for emergency vehicles when then everybody else parks there and emergency vehicles can't get through. Even parking on one side of that alley, I don't see how a fire truck or ambulance would get through. So I would think we would have to make that no parking through the whole alley, and then no reason to vacate.
I would agree with that.
And I think that's fair. I would propose to say no parking in the alley, and then try that for a season and see how that works before, if they want to reconsider it in a year, but would be, I would agree with what you have too.
And we could make it a one-way alley too.
Well, if you make it one way and that way everybody flows out, it creates a jam of cars coming in, they want to get there before the next game, it's a mess.
Yeah.
If you just make it flow, they have to back out, come out all one direction, and make it a smoother access out of there, or if they come in off of Powell Street. The no parking in the alley makes it easier for those people in the back out without hitting somebody, because the property line goes all the way over to the back of the fences on the east or the west side of the alley. But the grass is growing out more and more, that's pushing everybody over closer to Tim's yard.
Yeah, causing the damage.
Well, I think the damage since last time was somebody out joyriding in the snow and spinning around and caught his fence, and I'd be mad too.
So I guess I'll request a motion to,
Well, we have a motion pending to approve the ordinance. From the discussion, it sounds like that is not what council wants to do. So a no vote would be to deny the ordinance. And then what we could do, I don't know if we'll have it in time for the meeting on the 21st, but designate that alley a no parking zone and look into making it a one-way. I think we could probably have those ordinances ready for February 21.
Yeah. It's not an issue till baseball season starts, so it'll probably be May.
Mr. Reed, don't give the city attorney additional time to do anything before we write.
Do we need to make-
Okay, we want it next
we have
week.
to do an ordinance for no parking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if we're done with discussion, I'll ask clerk to call the roll, please.
Connor,
No.
Nate,
Nay.
McMullen,
Nay.
Reed,
Nay.
Vicky,
Nay. Alright, we'll go to new business, item 2, resolution 2024-06, authorizing a lease agreement between the city of Streator and AC Power Development Company, LLC, New York, New York, to develop a solar farm on the former Smith Douglas site. Get a motion and second.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Moose and Matt. So Mr. Kleiman, if you want to go into this one?
Well, I can just make a few remarks. AC Power Development Company, a company that's based in New York, has expressed an interest in building a solar farm on the Smith Douglas factory site that the city owns. They're also looking at another site in the Streator area, and so they're very much interested in developing a project here in Streator. In order to investigate that, they need to work with ComEd to determine how the cost of connecting to the ComEd system. So that is a big factor in the ultimate decision to proceed. There's also some tax credits and other grant dollars that they're pursuing. In any case, they've asked us for a 2-year option so that they would have sole rights to build a solar farm, that we wouldn't sell the property out from under them while they're working with ComEd, because there's going to be significant cost in the studies that ComEd will require in order to provide for the interconnect. There's no cost to the city, $1,500. We did put some milestones in the agreement so that if they don't essentially work with ComEd, then the option would expire. Really no risk to us because we've had few, if any, significant interest. We had one that we were working with for a year or two ago, but didn't amount to anything after our work, so.
And to be clear, this is an option agreement. They're not leasing the property yet. They're trying to determine if it's a viable site.
Right. It's an option to lease. We did discuss with them whether or not we'd be leasing the property ultimately or selling it outright. Those negotiations are in the future. They have to first determine whether or not the site is viable for what they intend to use it for.
Well, this, so the property hasn't been used since probably 1985 for when Smith Douglas closed and declared bankruptcy, so I can't see us getting a lot of options on this where we're gonna have that, so I don't see an issue with it, especially if they're following the milestones and we can switch out if there's no movement on it, so. Any discussion or questions from council?
How many yeses do we need to approve it? Just three?
Just 3.
Well, I think given the history of that property, I think it's a no-brainer. If they can hit all their different marks and things, it'd be a great use for that property. I can't think anything else would be good for it.
And in this one, I know, looking up the specific company, they specialize in brownfield sites. So it's not a new situation for them. They should be able to be prepared to handle that. Any other questions or comments? All right, clerk, call the roll, please.
Connor,
Aye.
McMullen,
Abstain. Abstain.
Reed,
Aye.
Mayor Beat.
Aye. All right, item 3, mayoral appointments. I will make a note, the first one for James Spies is for the Fire Pension Board, and the second one, Bob Lee, is Fire and Police Commissioners, not fire, I think it's a pension board on there, so I get a motion and second to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay, Dave Reed and Matt with the second. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Connor,
Aye.
McMullen,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Mayor Beat.
Aye. Item 4, consent agenda, can get a motion and second to approve the fund warrant total of $577,151.01.
Second.
Okay, Moose and Matt. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Connor,
Aye.
McMullen,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Mayor Beat.
Aye. Item 5, city official comments. To start
None.
today.
I have none.
I don't have anything.
I would like to ask Jeremy to give an update on those 2 demo. We're getting, receiving demolition bids on the 15th.
So yeah, we're receiving bids on the 15th for 210 South Bloomington, 2 doors south of City Hall here, and then 121 West Hickory, so behind that Napa over there. After we've been given, that one actually went through the circuit court through the help of the attorney and got a judge's order for allowing that demolition. So we'll open bids on the 15th, we'll have it for you at the meeting on the 21st, and then move to demolish thereafter. So there is asbestos in 121, so that'll be a separate issue. Hopefully also on the 21st, so there'll be a demolition and asbestos abatement contract for you guys to look at, so. Yeah, those are moving ahead.
Thank you and Cheryl for moving that forward, because I know it was a lot of time and energy.
Not to the finish
I know we're
line
not, but
yet.
thank you for keeping on it so that we can
We're on it.
make some
And the two,
progress.
and just, the other thing, 210 South Bloomington is one of our strong community grant, houses. So that, the grant that we received, last fall will pay for that one. It couldn't pay for 121 because of the way the county had it assessed for, as a commercial property versus residential. So, but we have others that are becoming the law that we need that money for, so.
And then radar signs.
Yeah.
We may have that on the next agenda, the 21st, but it's under our.
Yeah, so I guess, yeah, the mayor worked with the school district, and they're going to split the cost of those 2 radar signs we talked about last fall, so we'll get those ordered. Work to install them here in the spring, so.
Great.
They just tell you how fast you're going, right?
Yeah, so yeah, just.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And just other note, kind of working through our timing changes with switching our meetings, so a little late tonight, but I think we'll have a bit more on our 21st agenda. And Parks Board meeting that was supposed to be Valentine's Day is moved to March 13th, so we're gonna switch that one up, so just to note that. If there's no further comments, I'll request a motion and second to adjourn, or sorry, to go to the closed session.
So, for the purpose of.
For the purpose of discussing collective bargaining. I turned my sheet too fast.
I'll second.
Okay, Matt and Dave Reed. The motion and second. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Connor,
Aye.
McMullen,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Mayor Pete, aye.
Aye.
7 seconds.